like old leaves and bird poop, which formed this goop after many cycles of raining and drying. In the rainwater and in the jar, this is the life that we could see. In some rainwater I collected but did not add to the big jar, there were mosquito larvae and pupae, as well as a lot of really big rotifers. This is the rainwater ecosphere. The water had a yellow tint to it. The water column at this point was also full of rotifers, swimming around. On the glass we could see a paramecium gliding about, as well as clumps of the dark gutter goop. And this is all I filmed in between then and the present time. This is 3.5 months after the ecosphere was closed. The jar wasn't clear anymore due to algae and biofilm growing on the glass. There also weren't many rotifers swimming around anymore, or they were just less visible. And that's all the old footage I have of this closed ecosystem. Let's take a look at what it looks like from the outside now. This is what it looks like nowadays. There's a biofilm all around the glass and it looks like it also has some patches of algae in it. As you can see, it's currently not attached to the glass as it's waving in the water, but that hasn't always been the case. There is this line going diagonally through the jar dividing two types of biofilm, one with lots of algae patches and one with little. This seems to be also a biofilm, or maybe a more accurate term would be microbial mat. It must be quite thick because it blocks most of the light, also explaining the lower concentration of algae below it. There seem to be some bubbles, but it's hard to see. Luckily, we can open it in a second. Also, trying to get any information about the ecosystem by pointing a macro lens at the glass, something I so often have to do, doesn't always work really well. Luckily, we can open it in a second. This solves so many problems. It's great. It looks pretty abstract and cool though. What we can see is that there's not a lot of rotifers and paramecium swimming and gliding around anymore. I haven't seen any. So that's what it looks like now. A little ecosystem in a jar, closed airtight for 6 years. That brings me to the main topic of this video, opening the jar. I actually want to open this jar because I'm very curious to see what kind of microbial activity there still potentially is. And in the past years I've been able to buy a very nice microscope with the help of my dear patrons. Thank you guys, I really love you. I actually want to look at the microbial life in almost all my other ecosystems, but for most of them I think opening would be a really great shame because some of them have been experiments that have been running for years. I've been looking at this jar for years as well, and I can tell you that it is pretty much stable. At least visually, nothing has really changed.